All right, so today's big goal is we're going to try to get this door card done. So the first thing I need to do is remove those little pieces of foam, but I need to remember where they go. So what I am going to do, probably be able to see it anyway, but just to make sure, I'm just going to take a Sharpie and just trace around them, and that way I know exactly where they were. So I'll go ahead and trace the rest of them. All right, so we got them all traced. I'm going to try to get them off in one piece, just for the pure fact that I'm actually going to replace them. This is the foam that I used for my rear seat delete, but I figure, and it's right about the same thickness and about the same consistency. So I might as well just replace them since I got to take them off anyway. So if I can get them off in one shot, then I can just use them as a template when I go to cut them. So we'll try to get them off. All right, everything came off fairly well. A little bit of glue took some more of the cardboard off, but I numbered everything. Everything came off in one shot. I got the Christmas trees out. These were somewhat easy. You just kind of bend them a little bit and twist, and eventually you'll get to one of those blank sides, and then you can kind of just twist it up and out. So we've got to get this inside off. So I'll work on getting the rest of that off, and then we can go from there. Then we'll go to the next step. All right, so this trim just pulled right off. This, which is where the door lock knob goes, was probably not really intended to come out. It was kind of a pain in the butt, but what I ended up having to do was take a little screwdriver and push this part in to pop it up and out through that way. So then it came out fairly easy. But yeah, I guess it's really not designed to come back out. I figure once it's in, it's in. So, all right, so the next thing is going to be, I'm using 6 mil, which was the thickest I could find because I don't want the resin to go through and touch here. So that's why I'm using the 6. So what I'll do is I'll cut a piece big enough. We'll vacuum this out maybe just to have it a little bit cleaner. And then what I also have to find is something that I could put down on top of it to push down, because you see how this is all bent because there's no structure to it at all. So I need to be able to push down and flatten. So I'll use maybe a little bit more of this film. It'll stick to the resin, that's okay. But maybe get a piece of wood or something and then some weight to push down on it is what I'm thinking of trying to do. So that'll be the next step. I'll let you know when we get to that point. All right, I think we got the setup. And getting it tucked down into those corners, I think, is going to be the biggest issue in getting it to stay. Alexa off. But yeah, we'll give this a shot, and we'll see if this works. Hopefully it does. So I got to mix a little at a time. So the next step, I'll get this and I'll put this down and over. And I think what I'm going to end up having to do is brush it onto the plastic, lay this down, get it to stick, and then brush it onto here. And I can only do a little at a time because it says it's 8 to 12 minutes and you should only do a little bit at a time. The more you mix together, the shorter the time is. So I'll be mixing several times during just this one card, depending on how much I can really get out of it. But I think that's what I'm going to do, because then maybe that way it'll stick to this a little better. Because I got to get it up and around like this down here. It's just going to be the hardest part, and getting it to stay and stick there is going to take some time. So we'll try. All right, so here's what we're going to try to do. So we'll mix up some of the resin, put it on the plastic, push the fiberglass against it, and then brush on some of the resin on top of that, and hopefully that will hold and we'll be good. So let's give it a shot. All right, so that is not going to work because I can't get it to stay up on that lip up there. You know, and it just keeps drooping down, so it'll never form exactly that way. Yeah, I just don't know what I can do to get it to stay up here. See how it just drops back down? So we'll try to figure something out. Yeah, this just is not going to work. I put some double-sided tape up along here, and that held it here. But it's getting so sticky, I can't even get it to stay down in the pockets, like down in here. It's just, it's too difficult to get it to stay. See how it just wants to pop right back up. See? You know, and I can't double-side tape the whole thing, so I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go to just the repair mode and try to repair the really damaged parts. All right, so I didn't film it. I'll film the next one of what I did, but basically what I did was took the resin, put the resin on the door card, put the fiberglass down, saturated the fiberglass, put the blocks on, put the weight on to try to hold this down as best we can and get it to form. And we'll see how that does. We'll just let that go. We'll see how we do. All right, here we go. Not too shabby, actually. Oh, look at that. Even the plastic came off. It's a little sticky still. It didn't quite grab in some places. But that's definitely better. I'm going to call that a 7 out of 10 because it's kind of wrinkly and bubbly. So it's definitely not perfect. But at least there's something there, and it's not just foam. So I think that needs to dry a little bit more even. It's still a little sticky, but like you can see, like here, it didn't quite sit and stay down because it wasn't pressed down at that location. And then I'm going to have to look to see how the Christmas trees, how the clips go in down here. I might have to screw it in down here. Or maybe I can put the Christmas tree in and do a little more fiberglass and just fiberglass the Christmas tree in. But I'll have to look at the door. But that's much better than it was. So that's good enough for right now. Maybe we'll replace them when the time comes, but as of right now, I'm good with that. So I guess we'll work on doing this door. This door is not as bad. It's a little bit in here. Well, actually, it's It's actually worse, because it's even up here too. But we'll just work on this door then. See, I don't see any Christmas trees down here. I do right here. Well, maybe right there, and right there, and right there, and right there. So, yeah. This one doesn't look as bad from the outside. Maybe I don't do anything with this. Maybe I'll just clean this up. Let's see how we do. But I would like to do something. So I think I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, so I've cut out my new foam pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and put it down. I'm just going to try to use some of this stuff, see if that'll just keep it down. Try to be careful with spraying it so it doesn't get all over the place. But yeah, we're going to try to just put those down. All right, there we go. New foam is on. So we'll just clean up the stragglers here. And then I am short a few of the Christmas trees. I got them all on this one, and I've got I think I'm missing 3. So I don't know if I can just go to the parts store and get that, or if I've got to specially order those. I hope not, but we'll have to see. All right, so here's the passenger side. We'll go ahead and take this stuff off, and we'll see how we did on the passenger side. Let me go ahead and take this off. Let's see if this will peel off like it did. Yep. Well, that one, yeah. These are gonna. I tried to glue the. That one stayed in, but see how they angled? But at least it's behind it, maybe. I don't know. This one kind of pulled up. Maybe see if we can work that underneath there. But those will be able to move. Leak through a little bit on some spots, but not too bad. And then I'll just trim this out of here. So all in all, I think that worked pretty well. You know, you can see it's kind of wrinkly and stuff, but at least it's a little more solid than it was. The only problem I really have with this is this stuff stinks. And I'm worried that it's just gonna, the smell is just gonna linger. I hope not. I hope eventually it goes away. But that seemed to definitely stiffen this up, you know, so at least there's some texture here, or some rigidity to it. So I'm going to replace these pads here. Yeah, there was one that was, this one was missing when I did it, so I'll have to put that back on. But yeah, hopefully, you know, hopefully that'll go in. I'll have to work on getting these, you know, back into place and whatnot. But these are at least in there. And I've ordered some more Christmas trees for here because I was short some. So we'll see how they go in. Hopefully they go in pretty good, and hopefully that smell goes away fairly soon, because it's quite pungent.